I would be willing to bet that 90% of you guys are making this mistake. Now, this mistake is a combination of effort, impact, and efficiency. I want to hit a couple topics today before just doing a standard update of the price action and all that. Have you ever heard the story of what happens when you put a healthy dog into a pack of sick dogs? The healthy dog will actually begin to mimic the behavior of the sick dogs. So it might develop a limp, it'll mimic depression, it'll stop eating. It will mirror the behavior of the sick dogs in the pack. So what happens if you put a sick dog into a pack of healthy dogs? That dog will begin to mimic the behavior of the healthy dogs. The dog will improve psychologically and physically. The dog will try to raise its perceived wellness level to the other dogs around him. So while the example is with a group of dogs, the concept, of course, also works with humans. So what I want to ask you first is, who are you currently running with and who's in your pack? Jim Rohn famously said, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And I would say that's both physically and virtually. So if you spend a lot of time in your physical life with your wife and your father-in-law and your boss and a couple coworkers, your homies, those people are going to help dictate your level of success. I also think we live in a different world now where a lot of our interactions are virtual. So I think that the time that you spend with people in the digital world counts just the same. So if half of your day every day you sit around watching Tony Robbins videos, you're going to start to think and act more like Tony Robbins. If you sit around watching all day watching Andrew Tate videos, you're going to start to think and act more like Andrew Tate. If you sit around watching the news all the time, you're probably going to think the sky is falling and everyone is out to get you. Because for news organizations, fear is what sells. So that's going to be what they report on, and that's ultimately what you're going to absorb if you continue to watch stuff like that. So think about that for a second. I'd be willing to bet that at least 90% of you guys have friends or family members that are always trying to bring you down. They're telling you you can't make it. They're saying your investments won't pay off. They're saying you need to lower your expectations, that the life you want, the life you're dreaming of is not realistic. If you have someone like that in your life, remove them. And that's whether it's a family member, a friend, a coworker. Do whatever you can to either remove those people from your life or block them out. That's step 1, okay? Next up, your effort level. My man Stunna Breezy is always saying your deposits need to meet your expectations. And what he's talking about is your deposits in the faucet, the garden, the animal farm, and other investments in the DeFi space. He's saying don't expect to put $1 in and pull out $10,000 in 30 days. That's just not realistic. If you want to make big money, you need to put your money where your mouth is. And that means DCAing when things are undervalued. That means continuing to compound for bigger and long-term gains. Instead of pulling money out as soon as you make it, reinvest that money until you reach the point where your deposits and your expectations of profit are in alignment. Now look at it another way. Zoom out and just look at your life from a bird's eye view. What are your expectations? You want a big house, you want nice cars, you want a healthy body, you want to be fit, well-traveled, you want 7 figures in your bank account. You need to ask yourself if your current effort level, your current efforts match those expectations. Every day, are you grinding for more money at work? Are you doing everything you can to be more efficient with your business? Are you putting in the overtime hours? Are you doing everything you can to put yourself in a position for that next promotion? Health-wise, what kind of foods are you eating? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you in the gym 5 days a week? Does your current effort level match your expectations? And for 90% of you, I bet they don't. So I felt like now was the perfect time. I'm going to do it. I want you guys to do it too. Let's do a 6-month personal challenge. With 6 months of laser focus on all the important metrics in your life, where could you be at? Even for me, I have changes that I need to make, and that's because I have really high expectations. I have very high expectations for my health, for my wealth, for my personal balance that I'm not very good at right now. And to reach some of those expectations, I'm going to need to consistently DCA. Some of these are going to be large deposits. So I'm working on some really big projects right now. They're going to pay me out a pretty good amount of money. I could get some instant gratification and go spend all that money. And I feel like even though I deserve it, it's going to be better if I invest that money into some different things that are going to give me a larger yield in the long term so that I can actually meet my financial expectations for next year and the years after. So those are going to be really big for me, and I need to work really hard to make them happen because the work I do in my day-to-day life is extremely challenging. But it has the potential to be rewarding if I work really hard. When I get those rewards, I can roll it into investments, and that can be incredibly rewarding over the next 6 months. Next up, physically, I am extremely demanding of my body. I have been for a very long time, so I need to be realistic about that, and I need to go to physical therapy on a more regular basis. Because for me, it's about the whole package. I want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. So over the next 6 months, I'm going to need to be really dedicated to having a really good diet. Of course, I'm already dedicated to the gym. I got to be dedicated to consistently educating myself. And I got to remove all the things in my life that are giving me anxiety. And a big way for me to do that is to increase my investment yield. That way I don't feel like I actually have to work on some of the projects that I don't really want to, but they pay me well. So that's what's been holding me back as of late. Another thing is, a nice goal of mine would be to get my channel to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, I think we're at like 4,300, 4,400, something like that. And for me to consistently grow my account, I need to put out consistent content. So I need to come up with great videos that people actually want to watch, stuff that's really helpful for people. And I need to do that on a very consistent basis. So that's 2, 3, 4 videos a week. And if my expectations are to grow this to 10,000, that's what's going to be required to actually make that happen. So quick shameless plug, if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I've got a lot more content that it's going to come out over the next few weeks. I think it's going to be really valuable. It's going to both help you with mindset, investor mindset, and specifically with some of the investments we do here in the DeFi space. So anyway, 6 months from now is roughly April 1st of 2023. For me, that's a really good time frame because by then I will already have maxed out 2 wallets on 2 different DeFi platforms. I should have a very healthy position in dogs and pigs in the animal farm, which will be paying me out in BUSD and BNB. And then I've got another play that will be paying me out in USDC. So financially, I should be in really good shape at that point if I keep working hard and keep DCAing. And that will allow me the financial flexibility to stop doing the work that is causing me anxiety. In between that time, I just need to be focused on my health and creating a little bit better balance so I can be in a more impactful role inside my own family unit. So those are the things that I'm specifically focused on. Where could you be at on April 1st of 2023 if you put in maximum effort? What could you do to raise that effort level up so that your effort matches your expectations? So most of us are making mistakes in that category. This is your opportunity and your wake-up call to correct those mistakes. In 6 months, it'll be April 1st, it'll be springtime. Where will you be physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially? And what are you gonna do to reach those goals? Let's check out the prices real quick. So this is the animal farm, of course, 47 million in TVL. This is up from like 30 million in 1 week, which is just outrageous. Currently, pig's price is sitting just under $150. Over in the pig pen, I've only got 17.22 pigs right now, but I'm adding a little bit every day. Over the next couple weeks before Animal Farm launches, I want to get at least 21, 22, 23 pigs in here. From that point, I'm personally going to make a change and I'm going to start using everything that I'm producing in the garden for the farms. So I'm going to do this drip.community farm. So from that point, instead of utilizing the money from the garden that I'm getting from splitting the LP and buying the pigs outright, I'm going to stuff them in here so I can gain pigs. So that's part of my plan, and part of my plan to make this more efficient and more effective, because I have those high expectations, is to actually DCA more into the garden as well to get my LP growth up higher. It's become pretty stagnant. Drip price isn't doing all that well. So for me to reach my expectations, I need to make some moves, and part of that is going to be the DCA into the garden so I can help out this part of the farm. Now, launch day, of course, is October 18th, and it sounds like we're going to be able to purchase dogs 30 minutes before it actually goes live for everyone else. So my plan is to buy between 15 and 20 dogs right out the gate. I'm hoping the price doesn't skyrocket too much so I can get as many as possible. I'm going to put those into the single asset staking pool that's auto compounding because I want to earn that BNB, so I'm just going to let that thing run. Like I said, continue to add to my pig pen position. I'm going to do that through ramping up my garden. As far as the faucet right now, I'm at 6,168 in deposits. So I'm making like 61 drip a day, which is just absolutely outrageous. This wallet should max out in February, so well before April 1st. I've already started a Team 2 wallet, so I'm starting to grow that one. I'm going to continue to DCA into the new wallet because I want to build that up a little bit faster. I always want one wallet to be right behind the other, so when that maxes out, I'm able to take some profits, airdrop to the new wallet. Then when that one gets to a certain level, I'll start a third wallet, and I'll go from there. And I'll leverage a lot of these profits to move over to Animal Farm in pigs and dogs, so I don't ever have to sell those underlying assets, and I can make BNB and BUSD. So those are the major plays for me and the ones I feel most confident about. I'm also going to leverage Furio. So Furio has been doing really well for me. The LMS has the price locked right at about 550, 548. Currently in the 2.5% club, so I'm earning like 30 Furio tokens a day. And this wallet should actually max out, I think, at the end of January. So if everything goes well with Furio, I'll be in really good shape. I'm moving money over into the Furio pool because it's paying out USDC. And right now this is paying out over 100% APY every day. I want to say the average is like 110 or something since they launched it. So that's just another play I'm feeling pretty confident in. I also have several others that are a little bit more risky or a little bit less proven, but I'm certainly trying a lot of different things because, like I said, I have really, really high expectations and I want to meet those expectations. So part of what I have to do those is take a little bit extra risk. And I like to think that most of my risks are pretty well calculated. So where do you guys want to be at on April 1st of 2023? Some of you guys want to be retired by then. Some of you guys just want to pay off all your debt. Some of you guys want a YouTube channel with 15,000 subscribers. My man Drip Coach wants 100,000 subscribers and 1% body fat. So set your goals and make sure your effort level matches your expectations. Comment down below where you want to be at on April 1st, 2023. Happy investing.